National Agency for Food, Drugs Administration Control, also known as NAFDAC. Okay, so for those of you that are outside Nigeria, NAFDAC is the body in charge of regulating foods and drugs in the Nigerian society. Before you take your product outside, you have to have something called the NAFDAC number. Now, this number is a number that is assigned to your product after it has gone through the whole NAFDAC processes, all the NAFDAC testing, them visiting your bakery, your premises. This video is not only about bakery. If you have any other consumables you want to take out, you're going to need a NAFDAC number. Yes, I know some people sell without NAFDAC number. I don't know how they do this. Maybe because it's not in Abuja. In Abuja, you can't try it. I'm telling you, they will fish you out. In Abuja, it's very strict. You can't sell your products without NAFDAC number. Maybe because their head office is here in Abuja. Maybe that's why Abuja is different from every other state. In states like Lagos, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, and all those other places, Kano and I hear people sell without NAFDAC number. In short, I have a friend that told me that he sells his products that he has been selling for over how many months now, and nobody has disturbed him. But in Abuja here, you can't try it though. Abuja, they will fish you. They will fish you. And when they fish you in a court, NAFDAC will take you to court. And trust me, you don't want to start having that court wahala, back and forth court problem. Do you understand? For a business that you've not even started making money for, they already carry you go court. You get, so the best thing is do the right thing. Do the right thing. Avoid government issue. Now, most people always say, I've never been to NAFDAC before. They see NAFDAC as one big monster that you can't walk into. No, it's a public place. It's free for all. You can walk in there, make your inquiries. After making your inquiries, tell them you want to register a product. All they will ask you for is give them the address. They'll give you a form to fill and a checklist. There's a checklist that will be assigned to you for all the things you need to put in place before they come to your bakery. Once you have put all those things in place, the next thing they'll come for inspection. It's called inspection of business premises. Yes, that's what it's called. That's what NAFDAC calls it. Inspection of business premises. They'll come and inspect. Now, for bakery business, I don't know about other businesses, but for bakery business, they're going to come like twice. I know the first time they came for my bakery, they came to inspect my bakery. They came, there were some things they told me to put in place. After I followed that, their checklist, because they will give you a checklist about the things you should put in place before they come. So I put those things in place, and then they came for the inspection. They saw all the things I put in place, and they still gave me some recommendations. There were some things they told me to adjust, like where my, I remember then where my packaging room is, they told me that they don't like that location. I should change the location of my packaging room. And that was because it was close to, remember, if you guys remember in my video, I told you guys I'm using a 2-bedroom flat. Now that 2-bedroom flat is an uncompleted building. It hasn't been completed yet. I was able to just put the doors and everything to start my bakery then as when I started. So where the toilet is supposed to be in that 2-bedroom apartment was where I used as my packaging room. That's the place I was assigned for toilets. So I blocked off everything. There's no toilet though. It's still a new building. It's still an uncompleted building. They've not completed the building. So that particular room that was meant to be guest toilet in the flat was where I was using as my packaging room. So they told me that I should relocate it. That was initially the place I put the label, the inscription, packaging room. That was the place I put initially. That was the place that was assigned for my packaging. But now when NAFDAC came for their first inspection, they told me to relocate it, that they did not like that place, that I can put something else there, then take my packaging to another room, which I did. I followed their instructions. So when next they came for the second inspection, because they will write down all the recommendations they will be giving to you. They will write it down. So after they wrote down my recommendation, when next they came, they opened my file and saw that they recommended that I should put this, do that, My water filtration system too. Yes, I remember I was asked also to change the one I was using because I was using a small filter. So they told me they didn't like that filter, that I should change my filter and put a bigger one. My water system, my water source is a borehole. I sunk a borehole in the compound. I sunk a borehole there. So they told me, yes, the borehole was good, although NAFDAC would have preferred waterboard, according to what I heard. They say NAFDAC usually prefers your source of water to be waterboard. But if it's borehole, they won't still say no. They will still listen to you, but they will not tell you to put that water filtration system in place to filter out the water. Rainwater is a no-no. They don't want rainwater. Why? Because if the water was going to be coming directly from the sky and dropping into like a bucket before you use it, I'm sure they won't have frowned against it. But the fact that rainwater will fall on the zinc or on your roof, whatever it is that you have, will fall on that roof, then finds its way down, they have a problem with that, because the roof is usually dusty, and you cannot now use that dusty water to now make bread for people to eat. So they frown against rainwater. They don't even want to hear rainwater. It's either it's waterboard or a borehole. That's what they prefer. So like me now, I'm using a borehole. So the only thing is, if it was waterboard, I'm sure they wouldn't have said I should put a filtration system in place. But because it was a borehole, they said I have to put a water filtration system in place. So that's what I did, and the one I put initially, they made me change it. They said no, it was too small, I should get a bigger one, which I did. So by the time they came for the second inspection, those were the things they were looking out for. They wanted to know if I had relocated the packaging room from where they told me to put it, where they told me to put, the location, where they asked me to change the location to the new place. And then they also wanted to check my water filtration system, that I put a bigger one, which I did. So by the time they came for a second one, they were impressed and they liked it. So the next one, after they came for that second inspection, the next one was to take my bread sample. They told me they won't take your sample from your premises. You have to bring it to their office. So they asked me to bring that product. When I started, there were two products I wanted to register. Same product, but two different sizes. The big bread size and the small bread sizes. Then, as at that time, my small bread was 250 grams I was cutting. As at then, now I can't try 250 grams. You don't make I make profit. That's at then when I first started. My small bread was 250 grams. So yes, I took my 250 gram bread to them, and also my big bread as at then was 900 grams. My brother and my sister, with the rate of raw materials now, I can't try 900 grams. How much do I want to sell it to them? So now, my big bread is definitely not that size anymore. You know, when you're starting out like this, you want to impress the public, you'll be giving them big loaf for small chicken money. But man, when the thing hits me, with the way raw materials are skyrocketing and hitting the roof, I can't try that anymore. So I've definitely reduced my small bread size, and my big bread size has definitely reduced, unlike what it was. And then secondly, because it was NAFDAC now, I wanted to impress NAFDAC. There was no ingredient I did not put in that bread. Everything I put, I said this bread must be the sweetest bread I've ever made in my life. But funny enough, NAFDAC doesn't. That's not really what they are checking out for. That's not what they are. It's not about the recipe. It's not about the richness of the bread. That's not what they are looking out for. What they are actually looking out for is that it meets the standard, that NAFDAC standard. Only them know what they are looking out for. Me, I don't know, but I know that it's not about the sweetness. It's not about the ingredients. NAFDAC is not after your special recipe. You put all the milk in the world. You put all the butter in the world. That's not what they are after. What they are after is there's a particular standard that they want to meet, that they want to see in place, which was what they came to do. So when they were impressed, they were happy and impressed with what I was able to put in place. So it took me like 3 to 4 months to get that number from when they came for inspection. It took me like another extra 3 months before I eventually heard from them that I should come pick up my documents from their office. And then by the time I got to their office, it was in a brown envelope. I opened it and voila, I saw my almighty NAFDAC number in it. As a business person, when you see that NAFDAC number, there's this relief. Like, oh, finally, I can finally sell my product. My product can officially go out to the public without any fear of, what if NAFDAC sees my bread outside? What if they see my product outside? Let them not seize my product, all those, or let them not come to my premises now and come and close down this business place I've spent so much money investing in. You know, those are the kind of fears that we nurse, especially when you don't have this number. So in order to avoid this kind of issues, I will advise you, please, 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 just try and get the NAFDAC number. It's very important. It's very important to have your own peace of mind. For your own peace of mind, just get it. And it doesn't cost anything. When I registered with 100, and it cost me 130 something thousand. Yes, when I registered, it cost me 130 something thousand. So that same month I finished paying, because you pay at remit. You're not paying it to staff. You're not paying it to NAFDAC officials. They will give you the remit. You will generate a remitter number. You go to the bank, pay it into that remitter number, come back with the receipt. It's only that receipt that they need from you. They don't need any other thing. Don't give any staff cash. Don't give anybody any money. So it's just that receipt they need. When they get that receipt, that's when they give you your registration form to fill. They give you the registration form to fill. When you finish filling that form, you come back to their office. You submit the form with every other document, supporting documents that they ask you for. Like the supporting documents, like the food test handlers certificate, test result, your CSC document, your trademark document. You know, those are the things they ask you for. Then they want to see qualifications of your baker, to be sure that your baker is not just one street boy. At least it's not like they want a BSc holder or a master's holder or a PhD holder. Let the person just have basic education. That's what NAFDAC wants. Let the person have basic education. At least the person will be able to communicate. Not that you go and bring one complete illiterate that cannot even speak properly, that cannot communicate. You go and hire that person to be working for you, maybe because he's cheaper. No. And let the person have basic education. Even if it's secondary school qualification, it's fine by them. Do you understand? So you get the baker and the mixer's certificate, a photocopy, and passport photograph of the baker and the mixer. You get it to them. So that's it basically. Then they will just ask you some few questions, you know, about the bakery, when it started, you know, how many loaves of bread you want to be making. You know, just some simple questions like that they will just ask. So guys, that's it for now. If you have any question, leave me a comment. I will answer you. I'm here for you, babe. I'm here for you guys. Any question, ask me. I'm here. What else am I living for? I'm living for you people. It's true now. But what else am I living for? Life is for the living. Life is short. Some people called me the other day. Meanwhile, I want to use this opportunity to thank all of you for your messages, your comments, your calls. Thank you guys. I feel very relevant, honestly. To be truthful, I feel very relevant. I feel like I'm doing something good. I feel like, man, I'm impacting people. I'm impacting life. And that's all that matters, you know. Even if I can have all the money in the world and I'm not satisfied, or I have all the money in the world and I have not impacted in anybody, it doesn't make sense. You know, God is blessing me, yes, but I also want to impact this knowledge to you people, so that at least if anything happened to me today, I know I'll be happy that, yes, so I impact. Well, no, there's nobody else had no impact in their life. I did. I passed the message to you. That's enough. Okay, guys. I'm so tired right now. I'm heading back to the bakery. So let me just go back and see what my people are doing there. Bye, guys. Love you.